Now, with so many big offices on the line, it's important that things run smoothly at the polls.
Our Campaign 2014 coverage continues live now from the Board of Elections with Eyewitness News reporter Sean Daly.
Now, the voting itself is far from over, but the process of counting all the votes, as you can see here, is already underway here at the State Board of Elections in Providence. Even in an automated world, old school traditions still rule when it comes to counting votes. The people at this table are certifying the authenticity of both mail and emergency ballots, a total of roughly 16,000 ballots statewide. Members of the Board of Elections, along with candidates or their representatives, are making sure the signature on each ballot matches the signature on the application for the ballot, which was already checked against the signature on the voter's registration. They can challenge any ballot that may look fishy, but everyone here is quite aware that challenges are a game of Russian roulette.
When somebody challenges a ballot, they challenge it blindly, not knowing who the voter cast their ballot for.
Which is to say that they could be challenging a ballot for their own candidate.
Oh, that's 100% true.
Mail and emergency ballots can arrive at the Board of Elections up until 8 o'clock when the polls close.
Close races sometimes change with mail ballots.
That's another way of saying this whole operation going on right here could soon become either extremely relevant or utterly irrelevant. Coming up new at 6, we'll take a look at how voting with the regular ballots is playing out at all the polling places throughout Rhode Island's 39 cities and towns. Live at the State Board of Elections with the Providence Mobile Newsroom, Sean Daly, Eyewitness News.
Now, the brains of tonight's ballot counting operation can be located inside a building on Branch Avenue in Providence. It's all known as the Rhode Island Board of Elections, and it's where all of the results in tonight's races will be determined. Eyewitness News reporter Sean Daly continues our live Campaign 2014 coverage with a look at how regular ballot voting is working in the state's 39 cities and towns.
Mike, we call it Election Day around here, but in some places around the country, they call it Voting Day, which gets to the heart of what it really is. Even in the smallest state, allowing eligible citizens to express their political preferences by voting is by no means a simple process.
There are a lot of moving parts here, and everybody has been working together very well.
Among much else, members of the Board of Elections, with input from candidates or their representatives, are certifying the roughly 16,000 mail and emergency ballots that are in play statewide this election. But the real action is still happening elsewhere at all the polling places in Rhode Island's 39 cities and towns. The man in charge here is happy to report that voting is playing out virtually wrinkle-free.
This election is notable for the lack of calls we've had about problems, I'm happy to say. The Board of Elections, as well as in cooperation with the Board of Canvassers, has worked very hard to make sure that this election goes off as smoothly as possible.
We're told that includes no trouble with Rhode Island's new voter ID law, which is in effect now for only the second time. The first time was in September in the primary. Live at the State Board of Elections with the Providence Mobile Newsroom, Sean Daly, Eyewitness News.